Hello. Good evening, all, and sorry for the inconvenience caused due to delay in opening up the link. Actually, I was stuck up in some meeting, so I could not open the link on time.
That's
Sorry,
okay.
Samir.
That's
No
okay.
issues.
That's okay.
Samir sir,
As long
sorry.
as so long as
No,
we are
no.
going ahead, that's not a problem.
Yogesh, you can introduce.
Hey, hi guys.
Hi,
Yes.
hello sir.
Good evening.
You can introduce Samir sir and let him we'll wait for some like wait, another few minutes.
आपण एक 2 मिनिटं थांबूया फक्त 5:35 ला नेहमीप्रमाणे सुरू करूया 5:35-36 ला.
No issue.
गुड इव्हनिंग डिअर राजिंकन्स अगेन. बऱ्याच दिवसानंतर तसं एक थोडासा गॅप वाढलाय आता आपल्या सेशन घेण्यामध्ये, कारण प्रत्येक जण प्रत्येकाच्या कामामध्ये पण बिझी होत चालले आहेत. महत्वाच्या गोष्टी म्हणजे आपण बरेचसे टॉपिक पण कव्हर केले आतापर्यंत रिझनेबली. म्हणजे हा एक वेगळा टॉपिक होता ज्योतिषशास्त्र, जो फार तसा हा एक वेगळा मुद्दा झाला. पण याच्या मागे पण काही सायन्स आहे किंवा याच्या मागे पण एक कन्व्हिन्सिंग आहे किंवा याच्या मागे पण एक प्रोत्साहन आहे. म्हणून हा एक टॉपिक घ्यावासा वाटला. समीरशी बऱ्यापैकी डिस्कशन केलं आणि सगळ्या गोष्टी जरी आपण बिलीव्ह करू किंवा नसतो तरी काही काही गोष्टी आपल्याला फॅक्ट्स मान्य कराव्या लागतात. म्हणजे जे आता आपण ग्रहण कॅल्क्युलेशन करतो वगैरे हे आपल्याकडे हजारो वर्षापूर्वी पण होतं. मग त्याला ज्योतिषशास्त्र म्हणायचं का सायन्स म्हणायचं का टेक्नॉलॉजी म्हणायचे हा नंतर वादातीत मुद्दा राहील. पण त्याच्याबद्दल काही फॅक्ट्स माहिती असणं किंवा त्याच्याबद्दल नॉलेज गेन करणं काही चुकीची गोष्ट नाहीये. आणि तेवढ्यासाठी समीर दलालला आज रिक्वेस्ट केली की हा एक सेशन आपण घ्यायला पाहिजे, जेणेकरून समज असतील तर ते चांगले पक्के होतील, गैरसमज असतील तर ते दूर तरी होतील. या उद्देशाने हा सेशन ठेवलेला आहे. ओव्हर टू समीर दलाल फॉर लिटिल डिफरंट टॉपिक बट इम्पॉर्टंट टॉपिक, ॲस्ट्रॉलॉजी, ज्योतिषशास्त्र आजच्या आधुनिक काळामध्ये. समीर दलाल, ओव्हर टू यू.
थँक्यू योगेश. सो मला कोणीतरी प्रेझेंटर हे करा का, शेअर स्क्रीनचं हे देता का?
शशिकांत सांगतो शशिकांत. शशिकांत एकच मिनिट समीर सांग.
हा. सो तोपर्यंत आय जस्ट maybe I'll just talk on this particular subject.
शशिकांत
So
याला एक शेअरिंग राईट दे ना शशिकांत.
So today I was when Yogesh actually asked me on this topic, I was not sure what present some of my thoughts on astrology, science, and technology. And I thought that I'll just try to make it slightly different discussions rather than getting into the core astrological themes or discussions. And I'm sure that maybe it will definitely provoke some thoughts and ideas within the audience. So let me share my screen. Okay, I'm not able to still share the screen.
शशिकांत त्याला केलाय फोन करतो त्याला परत मी.
हो. Okay, so meanwhile, maybe anyone has any questions which they like me to cover over here?
Sir, एक request है. It would be better if you speak in Marathi. Actually, my family is also listening. They are also interested in this topic.
ओके ओके फाईन फाईन. मी मध्ये मध्ये मराठीमध्ये सुद्धा ते बोलत राहील. नो नो इश्यूज. Anyone has any questions which they feel I should cover?
Samir, an interesting part of astrology, what they say, is that one can predict as to what one was in the is it so, and how far is it true? Number one. Number two, do the planetary positions at the time of birth, do they really have bearing on your future, or is it your own karma or your own doing, or for that matter your own hard work and resolve that matters in life? हे दोन प्रश्न मला तर वाटत आता.
Okay, so basically one question is related to maybe your previous life and whether can you predict that, and second is whether the planetary positions at the time of birth are they really related to your future, or is it karma? Okay. Yeah, so I have noted this.
तुझा स्पीकर तुझ्या स्पीकरच्या जवळ आहे, so that you know you will be heard very in a better way.
Okay.
स्क्रीन शेअर केलाय. स्क्रीन शेअरिंग फॅसिलिटी
माईकच्या जवळ. हां, तो स्क्रीन इज शेअर्ड, he says.
Okay. So I hope you are able to see the screen.
येस.
Oh.
हा, म्हणजे आता स्क्रीन ब्लँक आहे. जसं लाईफ म्हणजे आपलं बर्थ होतो तेव्हा जसं ब्लँक असतं तसं स्क्रीन आता ब्लँक आहे. Okay, so let me start today's topic. So good evening all, and thank you for joining this session. I'll try to make this session maybe as interesting as possible, and maybe at the end of the sessions, if you have any queries, I'll try to address them. So good evening, and let's start for the today's session. So astrology in today's world of science and technology. So this is what topic I have kept, and this topic after a lot of deliberations and discussions, after Yogesh mentioned to me, I did have a lot of discussions with various of my friends and colleagues, and I thought that maybe let's try to make this session more interesting and more relevant, rather than again talking about astrology and what it does and how it does. So can we talk it? Can we discuss from a science and technology and today's context?
समीर, तुझ्या स्क्रीनवर एक छोटी विंडो आहे लेफ्ट टॉप कॉर्नरला, OBS 2602. Now you can go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you, Sanjay. Okay, so this is a tagline which I have created: think logically, act astrologically, and let's see at the end of the session how we can look at this. So today's agenda is astrology around the world. What is astrology, and how astrology can help you? So let me try to put some perspective around astrology. If you look at the astrological history or history of astrology, you'll find that astrology was actually practiced in Greece and Rome, and maybe the then Europe or today's Europe, but then it was Greece and Roman Empire, and it was maybe around 280 BC. Then it was again the Babylonian area where they actually practice the astrology. Just one moment, I'll just hide this window. Okay. Then the Chinese astrology. Then of course the Indian Jyotish, Hindu astrology, Vedic astrology. These are the different names which we have. Then even the Islamic world also had astrology, and but then it was developed somewhere in 7th century, which was maybe around 14th centuries after the astrology started. And then the Hellenistic Egypt astrology, and then the Mesoamerica astrology, which was around Mexico and south of North America, where it was practiced predominantly. And then as various communities moved around the world, the astrology was taken around the world after that. But predominantly, these are the areas where the astrology was in practice from ages, including India and China, Europe. If you also look at the pattern, you'll find that it is actually on a very latitude between maybe 8 to 20. So that is where the astrology was predominantly started, and that is a pattern which you can see from the ancient astrological history. Again, one of the common factors in astrology, you will find that in all different worlds where the astrology or different types of astrology where it was used, the planets actually were mapped to gods. So it is not in India only that we have the planets and the astrological maybe the references are mapped to different gods, but it is around the world. And what basically, when we deep dive into it, what it basically it means is that the name of the god is only a representation of some of the physical nature or natural entities, maybe like fire, earth, that is the ground, or maybe the air, or maybe the space, or maybe the water, or what we call it as Panchamahabhuta in our Indian language.
Astrology.
So what it means? It only means that the gods were only the symbolic representation of the natural environment available or seen at that point in time, and that's it. So there is not much of an reference, or we should not give much of an thought to this, and we should not directly jump to conclusion whether the astrology is related to religion and related to God. No, across the world, the various astrological ways, or the way the astrology was practiced, it only had a representation of some natural and physical environmental entity, and that was planet. Can I request all to go on mute, please? So let's see what is astrology, and I'm just trying to put it in very simple words. I don't want to really get into more of details on it, because my topic will come next, which will interest most of you. So basically, astrology is nothing but trying to understand the influence of planets and other celestial objects on human nature or human physical being. That's it. So what it means is that we have the celestial or we have the celestial bodies, we have the various planets and stars, and do they really have impact on human mind, or do they have impact on the human body? That's what is the study of astrology, and that's what astrology was used, and that correlation actually helps us to predict the so-called prediction and decide as to what will happen and in what times it will happen. So it is actually a study of past which is then extrapolated to the future. For most of the people who actually follow science, they believe that this is a pseudoscience, and we'll see why they believe this as pseudoscience. So Jyotisha is coming from a Sanskrit word Jyotisa, which means Jyoti, and Jyoti actually means the light which is coming from the heavenly bodies, and that is where the traditional Hindu system or Hindu astrology, Indian astrology, Vedic astrology are given. One more interesting fact, which we will discuss later, and the last few lines I'll commit. I'll come to it at the end of the session. This is just an informatory. Everyone knows this. This is our solar system, and right from the sun, all the 9 planets, and this is the rotation period of the planet and the revolution period of the planet. So basically the astronomy part of the astrology. So astronomy is the basis of astrology, and all the calculations are coming from astronomy, which are actually used in astrology to have correlation. So if you look at from a today's context, all the statistical models that are derived, okay, can be applied to astrology, and it is believed that these concepts were applied to astrology maybe 20 or 40 or 50 centuries back, or when the astrology started. Of course, the evidence is not there, but the correlations in astrology has been developed based on the statistical calculations at that point in time. Now this diagram. It may look slightly complicated, but it's a very simple diagram. The red line, the red line shows. So this particular line is actually the path of Earth that is moving around the sun, and it is called as Kranti Vrug. And when Earth is moving around the sun in 360 degrees, uh, there is a imaginary 12 parts have been formulated, and these 12 parts actually are nothing but what we call it as Rashi. So what it basically means is that 360 degrees is divided into 12 parts, so which means each Rashi gets the 30 degrees. So when Earth is moving from this path to this path, then it is actually in the zone which is called as Vrushab, and this is based on different stars and what we call it that nakshatra. Based on that, this particular imaginary map of the sky. This is a simple imaginary map of the sky, and this is what is basis of the astrology. And this map is applicable to all the planets, and when all the planets are actually moving in the sky in this particular map, then we say that that particular star is in this Rashi or that Rashi or this nakshatra or that nakshatra. It's a simple celestial map. And based on this celestial map, the complete horoscope or kundli is actually being formulated. So it's just a representation. So when you formulate a kundli of a particular person at a birth, it means that the position of those planets in the sky as per the map. So it is nothing but a simple map. Even if you look at a map of India, you have a map, the global map, map of world, map of Pune, map of Haveli Taluka. So similarly, this is a map of the sky, and this map actually changes as the Earth moves around itself and Earth moves around the Sun, and the complete calculations are based on Kepler's law and then Einstein's theory of relativity. So these are the two different laws and the formulas which are actually used by the astronomers to calculate the distance or the position of a particular planet from Earth. So this position of planet is from the Earth. I just thought that I just give you this simple background so that it becomes easier for us to really understand. So the question is, astrology, is it scientific? Yes, astrology may seem scientific in some ways because it uses scientific knowledge about heavenly bodies, which is the astronomy. It uses scientific sounding tools like star charts, again coming from the astronomy. And these charts are used in preparation of the horoscope or kundli. It is used to generate expectation about future events and people's personalities, such as same as the scientific ideas generate expectation. So when you do any experiment in science, you need to have an objective activities, and then you check whether the expected result is the tested result is as per the expected results or not, and that is where then you decide whether a particular hypothesis is true or false or a theorem is true or false. And similarly, astrology also has similar kind of working, which is actually helping us to take it near the science. But is it sufficient? Is astrology really a scientific way to answer questions? I think there are fewer parameters which we need to check, and this is based on my experience as a science student as well as an IT person. What are those various parameters? So predominantly focus should be on the natural things, and whether we see the things, is it imaginary or it is really seen by eyes, or can we really see it? So astrology and the basic reference to the planets and the map, the sky map which is formulated based on the nakshatras and the planets and the horoscope which is there. So it is using the natural heavenly bodies, and it is also using astronomy. So fairly, this particular point actually we can say yes, and because of this we can say that yes, this is scientific. Aims to explain the natural world. So astrology uses sets of rules based on the correlation between the position of heavenly bodies at various timelines, and this is used to generate the expectations, and which is called the hypothesis or the predicted results or expected results in science, and the explanations regarding events on Earth and human personality. So does it aim to explain the natural world? Yes, it does help us. explain the natural world. Does it use testable ideas? So what does it mean by testable ideas? The testable ideas, is, what it means is whatever astrology claims, can it be tested? Of course, it can be tested, but then is it tested? The answer is no. So few of the predictions can be tested and can be verified against the outcomes. But today, astrology at a very high level. Just to give an example, you might be reading the Bhavishya in newspaper. आपण भविष्य वाचतो न्यूजपेपर मध्ये आणि प्रत्येक राशीचं भविष्य आलेलं असतं at a very high level. एका राशीमध्ये करोडो लोक असतील आणि त्या करोडो लोकांना ते जे भविष्य दिलेलं असतं ते तसंच होतं का? आन्सर इज नो, विच मीन्स दॅट इट इज नॉट टेस्टेबल. आपण 1 करोड लोकांना टेस्ट करू शकत नाही. सॅम्पल घेऊन करू शकतो का? करू शकतो. But then this is not feasible, and that is where the astrology actually doesn't qualify for a science, because not all the ideas are testable. But when you look at an individual horoscope and when you answer the questions of various people on horoscope, can it be tested? Yes, it can be tested, because whatever astrologer may have given the reading, you can go and check with the individual at a later point in time, and you can mark whether those readings which were given or those comments which were made, whether they are correct, they are true or false, and therefore it is testable. So that's the reason why astrology is a mix of testable and non-testable, whereas in science it is expected that 100% it should be testable. Relies on evidence. Science relies on evidence, and for each and everything you have to have a proof. Whereas in astrology, we don't find proof for all the 100% of readings. And second part is that whenever you are doing a testing and whenever a test fails, the scientists actually go back and they change their parameters, or they may change their hypothesis. Whereas in astrology today, this is not happening, and what is happening is together the same rules and the same reading or the same correlation is being used. So astrology cannot have changed their framework over a period of time, whereas science keeps on changing their framework based on the today's context. Just one moment. Okay. So again, is there in standard authority in astrology, unlike the various scientific plus standard authorities for each of the science, and that authority actually reviews reviews publications, reviews theories. They may review your reports, and then they actually either agree or disagree. Whereas in astrology, we don't have a standard forum where someone is going to really say that, okay, whatever work you have done, whatever research you have done, now that is correct, and therefore these particular rules are right and these rules are not correct. So there is no peer review that is happening in astrology. Is there any ongoing research? I don't think there is any ongoing research that is there in astrology. There are people who are doing some research in pockets. Like I'm doing research for last 5 years to actually test whether whatever is written in astrology, whether it is right or wrong, and maybe I might be doing maybe 100 or 200 or 300 or 400 horoscopes, and then based on that horoscopes, I can I come out with the correlations, and then I match that correlations with the astrological correlations, and then I say that okay, out of these 10 rules, 7 rules are matching and 3 rules are not matching. I have done a lot of research in the area of health and in the area of education on this, where I collect samples of various people in various areas, and then I compare those horoscope, and then I come out with the correlations, and then I check that correlations with the standard astrological rules. But is it going at a mass level? The answer is no. Do the research behave scientifically? I don't think so. First of all, I don't know how many astrologers are doing research. And second, I don't know whether those who are doing research actually are behaving scientifically. What it means is that if a hypothesis is being done. So, for example, there is a belief that if मराठीतच सांगतो म्हणजे सोपं जाईल समजायला, तुमचा मंगळ जर अष्टमात असेल तर लग्न झाल्यानंतर घरामध्ये कोणाचा तरी मृत्यू होतो. Now this is an hypothesis. This is an hypothetical statement. Now this statement, how many astrologists have actually researched and then proven that this is either right or wrong? For example, have they त्यांनी 200 कुंडल्यांचा अभ्यास केला का, किंवा 200 कपल्सचा अभ्यास केला का की ज्यांची लग्न झालेली आहे, तर त्या 200 कपल्स त्यांच्या आश्रमात मंगळ होता, तर त्या 200 पैकी 100 जणांचा मृत्यू झालाय, किंवा 150 जणांचा मृत्यू झालाय, किंवा 20 जणांचा मृत्यू झालाय. हा जो सायंटिफिक डेटा किंवा हा जो डेटा आहे, हा डेटा आपल्याकडे अवेलेबल नाही, कारण याच्यावर रिसर्चच होत नाही. आणि मग त्याच्यामुळे अंधविश्वास होतो की आश्रमात मंगळ असेल की असं होतं, आणि त्याच्यामुळे मग लग्न जमताना आणि बाकीचे बरेच प्रॉब्लेम्स होतात. दिस इज ओनली वन केस. सो देर आर हंड्रेड्स ऑफ रूल्स लाईक दिस which has to be tested or researched and then verified and then validated. And once you validate this, then automatically the astrology will definitely get what I can say, it may be considered as an science, and people may start believing in it. So what is the conclusions? Conclusion, although astrologers seek to explain the natural world, which is scientific, they don't easily attempt to critically evaluate whether those explanations are valid. So आपल्याकडे evaluation होत नाही कुठल्याही astrologerचं, किंवा there is no single authority, or there is no maybe a committee which will go and make sure that whatever is being researched is correct or not correct. And that is one. And second part is that there is no publication that is available to the common man, unlike all different sciences, where these things get published very regularly. हा टॉपिक म्हणजे हे जे 5-6 पॉइंट्स मी घ्यायचे रिझन एकच होतं की तो आय हॅव बीन स्टडीइंग ॲस्ट्रॉलॉजी फॉर लास्ट 15 years. 15 वर्ष मी अभ्यास करतोय, आणि अभ्यासाबरोबर मी रिसर्च पण करतोय, आणि मी माझे व्हॅलिडेशन्स केलेले आहेत की जुन्या व्हॅलिडेशन्स आणि आताच्या व्हॅलिडेशन्स मध्ये काय चेंजेस आहे, आणि त्यानुसार मी रिडिंग देताना किंवा काउन्सिलिंग करताना किंवा प्रश्नांची उत्तर देताना ते कॉन्टेक्स्ट लक्षात घेऊन मी उत्तर देतो. आणि त्याच्यामुळे काय होतं की बऱ्यापैकी द सो कॉल्ड प्रिडिक्शन्स they come almost true. So the astrology has to change for a period of time, the way they are doing. And I'll give few more examples where I want to actually talk on those lines, that why we are not able to scientifically prove certain things.
एक मिनिट, अधिक 3-4 मिनिटांनी सेशन परत डिस्कनेक्ट होईल, तर परत सगळेजण जॉईन व्हा प्लीज. ओके
Okay, so if you look at this particular श्लोक, या श्लोकाचा अर्थ काय आहे की people living in countries at points diametrically opposite to where the sun is first seen rising will see the sun setting, and if a straight line were drawn from a point where the sun is at midday, the people in countries at opposite end of the line would be experiencing midnight. तर थोडक्यात काय आहे की तुम्ही जर भारत आणि अमेरिका असे हे घेतले, भारतामध्ये जर सूर्योदय होत असेल तर अमेरिकेत सूर्योदय होतो, आणि भारतामध्ये माध्यान्ह झाली किंवा दुपारचे 12 वाजले तर अमेरिकेमध्ये रात्रीचे 12 वाजलेले असतात. हा या श्लोकाचा बेसिकली अर्थ आहे. याचा अर्थ असा आहे की आपल्या लोकांना अगोदरच माहिती होतं की पृथ्वी गोल आहे आणि पृथ्वी सूर्याभोवती फिरते, आणि त्याच्यावर बेस्ड ऑन दॅट दे हॅड गिव्हन दिस ऑब्झर्वेशन डायरेक्टली. हे अजून काही श्लोक आहेत की ह्याच्यामध्ये तुम्ही जर बघाल तर इथं भूगोल हा शब्द आलेला आहे. भूगोल तिथं भूगोल म्हणून हा शब्द आलेला आहे. इथं भूगोल म्हणून शब्द आलेला आहे. भू म्हणजे पृथ्वी आणि गोल म्हणजे राऊंड. सो अजून काही जे श्लोक आहेत, असे बरेचसे श्लोक आहेत भगवद्गीतेमध्ये आणि अजून वेगवेगळ्या पुराणांमध्ये आणि आपल्या वेगवेगळ्या ग्रंथांमध्ये की ज्याच्यामध्ये पृथ्वी गोल आहे याचे संदर्भ सापडतात. ग्रीक पायथागोरस थेरम आपल्या सर्वांना माहिती आहे. आपण सगळे मॅथमॅटिक्स मध्ये पायथागोरस थेरम शिवाय मॅथमॅटिक्स होत नाही. पायथागोरस थेरम जेव्हा पायथागोरसने हे केला तर त्यावेळेस त्यांनी म्हटलं होतं की पृथ्वी गोल आहे, आणि त्याचे संदर्भ सापडतात की मेनी अदर एन्शियंट ग्रीक ऍस्ट्रॉनॉमर्स ऑल्सो हॅड सेड की पृथ्वी गोल आहे. पण वी नो की कॉपरनिकसनी अराउंड 15व्या सेंचुरीमध्ये तो he proved mathematically or he proved scientifically that the earth is round. याचा अर्थ काय झाला? याचा अर्थ असा झाला की जवळपास हे 15 सेंचुरीज आणि त्याच्या अगोदरच्या 5-7 सेंचुरीज म्हणजे 2000 वर्ष पूर्वी लोकांना माहित होतं की पृथ्वी गोल आहे, पण फक्त 15व्या सेंचुरीमध्ये ते प्रूव्ह करता आलं की पृथ्वी गोल आहे. तसंच ज्योतिषाचं आहे की ज्योतिषाचे जे काही नियम आहेत ते 5000 वर्षापूर्वी लिहिलेले आहेत आणि ते बरोबर आहेत, पण ते प्रूव्ह करावे लागतात. ते जर प्रूव्ह नाही केले तर वी विल नॉट बिलीव्ह दिस सायन्स. की जसं की गोल आहे प्रूव्ह होण्यासाठी जवळपास 2000 वर्ष लागली, जरी 2000 वर्षापूर्वी लोकांना माहित होतं तरी सुद्धा 15व्या सेंचुरीज मध्ये कॉपरनिकसने प्रूव्ह केलं की पृथ्वी गोल आहे. त्याचप्रमाणे असे बरेचसे भारतामधले ग्रंथ आहेत की ज्याच्यामधले जे ज्ञान आहे ते बरोबर आहे, पण आपण त्याच्यावर रिसर्चच करत नाही आणि ते प्रूव्हच करत नाही आपण की ते बरोबर आहे. आणि ते आपण प्रूव्ह न केल्यामुळे किंवा आपण त्याच्यावर रिसर्च न केल्यामुळे that science has not remained science and some other thing has come. So आयुर्वेदावर जर रिसर्च झाला असता कंटिन्युअसली आणि आयुर्वेदावर रिसर्च करून आपण सायंटिफिकली जर प्रूव्ह केले असते त्याच्यामधलं लिहिलेलं, तर ॲलोपॅथी आणि बाकीचे मेडिकल सायन्स कधीच वर आले नसते. तर सांगायचा मुद्दा असा आहे की आपल्याकडे रिसर्च जो आहे तो फार कमी झालेला आहे. 2000 वर्षामध्ये आपल्याला आपल्या ग्रंथांवर रिसर्चच झालेला नाहीये, आणि मग बाकीचे युरोपियन आणि बाकीच्या सायंटिस्टनी त्याच्यावर रिसर्च करून त्यांनी ते प्रूव्ह करून दिलं की जे जे वेगवेगळे थेरम्स असतील किंवा वेगवेगळे पॉइंट्स असतील ते नंतर प्रूव्ह केले गेलेले आहेत. So I'll just take a pause here. So now, आतापर्यंत I was just talking about whether astrology or it is a pseudo science or it is not a science. त्याच्यावर मी 4-5 मुद्दे मांडले आणि काही मुद्द्यांप्रमाणे का नाहीये आणि याच्यावर रिसर्च का होत नाहीये आणि ह्याच्यामुळे